Behind the Counter is sponsored by
Hover.com. Domain names made simple. Go to gfq.hover.com and get 10% off your entire purchase. And by Stitcher Radio. Listen on the go via the Stitcher mobile app. For more information, go to stitcher.com/GFQ.
All right. Hello and welcome everybody to another awesome episode of Behind the Counter. I'm your host, Rich Stambolian, and with me as always is the last watcher on the wall, Jonathan Adler.
I'm the only watcher on the wall.
That's everybody went home for vacation.
I never get a vacation anymore. It's a hard life.
That's because you
do what we do.
You threw that baby off.
Get that baby off the wall.
Get that baby off the wall.
How you doing, kid?
I'm all right, man. Doing pretty good this week.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Can we talk about your personal life?
Yeah, sure.
we gotta celebrate this young man is being sacrificed to the gods of marriage.
Yes.
He is getting married on the show on October 31st next year.
Halloween.
Here. Gothic wedding.
No offense, Anna. No offense, Andrew. I'm not getting married on this show.
I can marry you. I'm ordained.
I'm
Talk about it.
Talk it up. I got engaged on Friday to my lovely girlfriend Vicky, who's now my fiance.
Woo! Now your fiance.
Not my fiance?
No.
Yeah.
Oh, you did say.
She's now my fiance.
Oh, now I think you're saying she's not my fiance.
No, she's now my fiance, or as I like to say, my financier.
Not a deer.
Not a deer.
Not a deer.
She's a deer, but not like a real deer.
A doe.
A
deer.
Female deer.
A female deer.
Hello, mother. Hello, father.
Congratulations, man.
Thank you, man. I really appreciate it.
It was very interesting, too, because last week I was breaking your chops because I asked you how long you guys have been together.
Yeah.
And you told me the number, and I was like, you need to lock that down. And sure enough, next day he did.
I did.
Take my advice.
That's why it was like a whole big thing, and like everything worked out. So now, we're just trying to do our thing. And get married.
Now comes all the stress and anxiety of planning stuff.
Exactly.
I hope you're a good planner.
You know what? Like
you are.
I am. I'm not leaving it to anybody else. Like we're trying to do stuff now, so it's like
no, leave it to somebody else. A phantom person that should start getting involved in your life.
I'm actually calling places during. I have not done any work this week at the office. I'm just like calling like venues and like calling other places and like trying to organize stuff.
Screw that place.
I want it stinks. I want I know what we want and we know what we want. So I'd rather be able to like. Call people and like talk to them and feel them out as opposed to like somebody else doing it. Not even like Vicky doing it, but just like anybody else who may want to have
Can you call somebody to feel you out and your wife?
I can call
your wife.
That's for the honeymoon.
Like a small Italian man to come and fill you out.
Experimental.
Fill you up.
What's going on with you, man?
Not a whole lot, man.
I hear you just came back from a wicked pump.
I did. Are we into the pump out area of the thing? Yes. I got an extra long pump on today.
Nice.
I think I hurt myself. And I was coming out of the shower and I saw the gentleman with the spawn tattoo and it freaked the hell out of me.
Right.
You know what? I would have never expected that person to have a gigantic friggin' spawn tattoo.
It's big.
It's obnoxious.
Yeah.
It's just like it's just a whole like. It's like what you'd expect, like a gigantic yin yang symbol to be on like a Yakuza member, and it's just like a stupid picture of Spawn with the
glowing thing. Yeah, it's a gigantic Spawn tattoo, man.
Like, that's what I want. That's like me getting a picture of like jack-o'-lantern on my back, like with no rhyme or reason. Just like I'm gonna get the most obnoxious thing I can put on my back.
It's funny that you mentioned that too, because like the red and any tattoo that has red in it just always kind of makes it look like you have a rash.
Yeah, and green. Like it's a lot. Like Spawn has a lot of like that green energy going on.
Yeah, and if you got a jack-o'-lantern tattoo, it'd be orange, and it would just also look like you had a rash.
I love jack-o'-lantern.
Yeah.
Like I want Hobgoblin, Green Goblin, jack-o'-lantern.
Is
circling my back?
Is that your one comic book tattoo that you would get?
No.
If you could like peel it off after a year, would that?
No. My one the Rhino. No. The Juggernaut.
Oh man.
No, I have no idea. I don't know what I would say. Like, you know what? That would look cool on my body.
Yeah.
I don't. That's why I don't have any tattoos at this point.
Same here. Yeah.
It's just like there's nothing I can commit to. I've always wanted a. I've always wanted a on my chest. I think chest tattoos are so stupid. I always wanted it on my chest, like clock ears, like looking in.
Okay.
And I wanted a bluebird in a cage.
Okay.
Because of a Wachowski poem.
Okay.
I got a bluebird in my heart that I can't let anyone see.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, that has some type of meaning, but again, like this, like you're a friggin' dude getting a bluebird tattoo.
Yeah.
And my grandfather had a bluebird tattoo on his arm from being in the Navy and stuff like that. So there's some significance, but there's no way I can go like this. Like, that's what I want. But I do appreciate a good sleeve.
Yes. Yeah,
I think a sleeve does look awesome.
Yeah, it does. Too popular now, though, I think.
I know everyone has a freaking sleeve, and it always like I like how it cuts off and everything. And, like it looks good. Like I think that's the one thing I would commit to, but that's a big commitment.
It is.
It's a lot of work
for the rest of your life.
Yep.
For the rest of your life.
Yep.
And you know what? Like I same with me, man. Like I can't commit to something because I'd want to be able to like move them around and like maybe peel them off at one point.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like I can't do it. Like I have a bunch of weird ideas for tattoos, like
Frankenstein,
Thing Rocks, Frankenstein.
Thing Rocks. Yeah.
On my I actually like chest tattoos, and I would have like it would be like a cave, and it would have like explorers coming out of it. That's like cool. They just came out of like the opening. And like a bunch of dopey stuff. I would have gotten the three faces of Foley on my
really
leg.
Yeah. We've talked about this.
It would the first one would be it would be
the Mankind has to be the most affluent.
It would be Mankind. It would say Mankind is unkind man. It would have like dude love. Like love everybody.
You know that's insane, right?
It would have that's why I'm not getting it.
And you probably get the Cactus Jack want the poster.
Cactus Jack like doing the bang bang. But underneath the bang bang, it would have the lyrics to the Nancy Sinatra song.
Oh,
you shot me down, bang bang.
Yeah, like
these boots are made.
No, not that
one. I was 5 and he was 6.
So that's it. Tattoo talk.
I do like your idea of like the we talked about this in the store once about like a super datoy thing with the Thing Rocks, the fire.
Yeah.
The invisible, like the etching.
I'm surprised nobody's ever done that.
I'm sure there's some dick walking around with like.
I want a Kevin Nash tattoo.
Of course you do.
For the
that's not all,
I don't want to like.
That's not all you want Kevin Nash to do to your body.
No, I want other things. But I want like the Kevin Nash from like 2003 with the short hair. Yeah, I want the short hair.
Did you guys talk about Kevin Nash today?
Yep,
of course.
5 episodes in a row.
You need a cowbell. You need a cowbell for every single time it gets mentioned.
But like the funny thing is, like, if anybody's watching there who's worked in a store, for some reason in guys who have crappy comic book tattoos, that automatically gives them the right to show you their tattoo.
Check out my asshole tattoo.
Because I remember there's more than one occasion where like some dude came in and he had like that Hulk tattoo and he was like, "Yo, you guys work here? Boom, you'll appreciate this."
Boom.
Take off his shirt. It's like a really horrible Hulk, and then one guy had like a really terrible Thor on his back, like on a mountain.
I remember that.
Terrible, you know.
I've seen a lot of like the worst like there's so like everyone in the business has drawn the Hulk at some point.
Yeah.
And they always try and do like the Dale Keown or like some weird toy they have that they try and it never comes out good. They always get some like douchebag on Francis Louis Boulevard to like do your murdering.
Well, it requires a lot of skill. You're murdering.
That place closed down like 8 years ago.
Yeah, when a car drove through it.
And they got Hep C for everybody.
Did they really?
For everybody.
Really? Is that true?
I don't know.
Oh, okay. Allegedly.
Who cares?
Allegedly.
I don't want to get sued.
But
I don't want to get sued. But there are a lot of awful like comic book tattoos out there.
There's very rare occasions I see a really awesome comic book tattoo. Like it's usually in a letters column.
Yeah.
You know, once in a while, like I've seen some cool Goon stuff and like some cool Hellboy stuff. Like those are the ones that because they're pretty bare bones when it comes down to it. It's usually like a cover or something like that. It's when these jacked up muscle freaks decide to like get the Hulk. I've never seen a good Hulk tattoo.
No.
I have and there's so many, and like I've seen untold amount of Venoms and Carnages.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Never seen a really good Spidey either.
No, there's never been a good Spidey tattoo because they get stupid. They get like the head itself looks terrible. It fades immediately. I've seen lots of Wolverines. Like Wolverine shirtless, like naked on a log, type of stuff.
Hey.
like Sam Keith Wolverine.
Oh, the worst. Wait, remember that dude Squid? They used to come. Like I think he had a really good Conan tattoo.
Yes, he did.
He had like a King Conan tattoo.
Yeah, a cool Death Dealer. He had a cool King Conan. Yeah, he had some cool stuff.
Yeah. But also,
but he was legitimate. Like, you know, he was in the tattoo business.
Biz, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he knew who to go to. Like most of his guys are like me and comic books, like, I need to get a tattoo, and they go out at like midnight. The only place that they know.
I've seen a really cool Spider-Man and Venom, but they were done as silhouettes on the guy's back.
Okay. Silhouettes.
Yeah.
So it looks like two hulking guys.
Like, yeah, it was like you knew it was
two
them.
black dudes.
Yeah, that's all it was. It was like their outline. It was like shadows of them, and then they were shooting webs in the middle of his back. And it was
they weren't
Venom
shooting
logo.
him. They weren't shooting him down his butt crack.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you my tattoo. Sit down first. I want silhouettes of two guys you're not gonna be able to recognize. Shooting goo at each other in the back.
Let me tell you a story about
Mom, check out my tattoo.
Tattoos are too popular now. Can't do it.
I mean, they're always popular.
I have a tattoo.
Do you?
Yeah, on my back.
Of what?
Two dudes just shooting.
Two dudes shooting
Just
goo at each
kissing.
other. Two dudes shooting goo at each other.
Is it a tattoo of Kunal and Coco just making out?
That would be a great tattoo.
You know what I think of you guys?
Gross.
So, if anybody, if anybody has any pictures of their own tattoos,
Prove us wrong.
Hit us up on facebook.com/behindthecountergfq. Feel free to post your tattoo pictures there, and link us to whatever awesome, cool comic book tattoos that you've seen, because we've never seen any.
You never seen them?
No,
they're not good.
And it's always like the guys who know they got a messed up tattoo who are like, "Yo, this is great stuff."
I got a really good one. What are you talking about?
No, nothing. And that's also not really big at the conventions either. You don't see like I've never as many conventions as I've gone to. I've never seen like the tattooed lady, or the tattooed man who's like just covered in beautiful artwork.
I don't think there's a beautiful like tattooed man, a tattooed lady like what you remember from like the circus, like that walking around with like the awesome tattoos. It's kind of just a gigantic mush of color. You see that guy with the that has like the skull and brain tattooed on, like the Invisible Man?
Oh yeah.
It's scary as shit.
The face tattoos always freak me out, man.
Yeah.
Especially like punk face tattoos that just get like anything on their faces.
Yeah.
They always look like racist to me.
They do. Well, the guy from Macedon always freaks me out.
Yeah.
Like, I don't even know what you have on your face. Like, it's just like barbed wire. I'm trying to get the Shire Star thing on my face.
I want to see a nice Herb Trimp Hulk.
Yeah.
Floppy
hair.
Yeah,
you know what? That's what I would go with. I would go with like a good basic classic Hulk. Like, not for myself. I'm saying if you're a Hulk person, you're going to get that. That's kind of where you kind of go to.
Yeah. Go for the classics.
Go for the classics.
Don't go McFarlane Spidey.
Go for Steve Ditko Spider-Man.
I was gonna say that. Go for Ditko Spidey, not McFarlane Spidey.
No, you always go like, it doesn't look good. There's too much crap going on with the hands and like the bending and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Get Ain't the Saint of Killers on your back or something, guys.
That would be awesome. McFarlane Spidey tattoos always look like when a dog has to wipe himself on the carpet. They're just like dragging their butts around.
No! We've got family coming over.
Not much for news this week, right?
No, I'm actually just kind of looking through, seeing if there's anything going on. We got Spider-Man number 700 getting hyped up.
Yeah.
Did you read Spider-Man this week?
It was great.
Yeah, I got a digital copy that didn't have any of the backup stuff in it.
It was 2 stories. It was 3 stories actually.
None of it. I just got the alpha story and that was it.
That was okay. I kind of want to see where they're going. Yeah,
guys, they become a bad dude and they get murdered.
I love the scene in that issue where like Spidey's in the school and they have him with the squinty Spidey eyes where he's just like, what a cock,
an asshole. I like the issue before when they showed like the tarantula, like the blood spider.
Yeah,
jumping around and finds out it's Roderick Kingsley.
Yeah.
He's coming back to do like the Hobgoblin stuff.
Which is kind of neat.
I'm looking forward to the Goblin War. That's coming up as the next storyline after Alpha.
Also, speaking of wars, I was shocked that the end of Iron Man was the intro to Armor Wars 3.
I got kind of spoiled by that early in the week because Bleeding Cool said like, oh, guess what? Next issue is going to be Armor Wars. And I thought it was like a solicitation or something like coming up, but no. Ruined the end for me.
I actually yelped after I read it last night. I was like, "Whoa!"
It was awesome. It was really awesome with Tony in the darkness. It's like, welcome to the club. Organized like crazy armor.
Yeah, organized nutty armor. And out of all the dudes, like, hey, listen, I don't know if you know me. My name is John. I'm Blizzard.
I'm the Blizzard.
I don't know what you guys are doing, but I'll help.
Which one's the Blizzard? I got the ice powers. That guy spins around real fast. This guy, he's also a guy in armor. That guy's a guy in armor. He's Russian.
I think that guy's Mexican.
I think he's a Mexican in a Russian armor.
The
I'm
cool
John.
the thing that Spidey people don't know about Spidey villains. I mean, not Marvel. Most Marvel villains is that they don't have powers. They're just guys in like awesome suits who have like suit powers.
Yeah.
You know, like Shocker, Blizzard.
Yeah, it's Joe Schmoes.
Yeah, just like thugs who were like, I think I'm gonna give this a shot. How about this? Look at the ice I can shoot out.
Let me strap some vibrating knuckles to me and give myself a hemorrhage.
That's like the beauty of Spidey villains is they're all like New York schmucky thugs.
Yeah, schmucks who like have stolen or had some technological know-how. Like they went to the one prison class they can go to.
Yeah,
and they somehow develop in prison awesome weaponry.
Or paid like the genius in like the basement.
The Tinkerer worked for everybody.
So not really much news. We got Rob Liefeld leaving DC Comics.
Yeah.
Via Twitter apparently.
Well, I mean, he said he was going to leave, but he said he wasn't going to leave until
2013.
Yeah.
It's
not 2013 yet.
That guy needs a calendar.
Not a deer. That was good news. That was really good news. And then he's like, listen, I really appreciate my time in DC. It was wonderful. I got to do characters that I've never worked on before in a long time. And but by the way, those guys were dicks. They dropped a lot of weird things in my lap at the last minute. Told me I sucked. So I packed my bags and I kept all the emails.
Yeah, like that's kind of weird too. And also where he was like, "What are you gonna do next, Rob?" He's like, "I'm gonna be working on Brigade, Supreme." Everything from the 90s, bro.
You called it. I mean, that's what he... I think he really saw how well, like, a lot of the extreme stuff is doing on an Image.
Yeah.
And he's like, I need to get working on that.
I had to come back to my home.
I can't... Why am I wasting my time on Grifter and Hawkman? When I could be working on Brigade and Bloodstrike.
Just the thing. That's the thing I was talking to you before about is that, you know, like, as older fans, like, we're not, like, there's a reason we give DC so much crap is the fact that they're cranking out a lot of crap. And as, like, a seasoned comic book fan, like, we're lifers here. We're not guys who just picked up books, like, a year ago or 2 years ago. Like, we know our shit. That's why we have a show. And, like, you know, I'll be the first to admit that I'm spoiled by good storytelling, and it's just not happening. And fans could stomp up and down and go completely bananas about how, you know, like, oh, give it a chance. You know what? Like, I've given it a chance, and this is just, like, it's a lot of it's hack, and a lot of it's just, like, it's meeting deadline stuff, you know? Like making comic books is the most low budgetest thing you could do on earth. You get a writer, you get an artist, you make some art, you do some writing, and crank it out, you know? Like when corporations come into play, it's just like it waters it down so much.
And we've given it plenty of time. We're a year into this project.
Yeah.
And there's no real, aside from the Batman stuff, aside from the Green Lantern stuff, there's not a lot of interest in what's going on in their secondary characters. Because honestly, the B-level stuff is usually the really good stuff that you get to experiment with and have fun with. You know, like in Marvel, for example, you have like your Avengers Academy and your X Factors and, you know, even your X-Force, which is like the lower caliber, you know, X-Men book, but yeah, it has Wolverine, has a bunch of big guys in it, but you have a lot of extra room to play with the characters and you get some great, incredible storylines out of it.
Perfect example. And I would throw Secret Avengers in there too.
Absolutely, yeah. You have a bunch of like mid-tier characters. I mean, it's led by Hawkeye. Yeah. Valkyrie. You know, you get a lot. Ant-Man's on the team.
Venom.
Flash
Thompson, Venom.
Yeah, which is amazing also. But all this stuff, like, you have a Hawkman. You have Hawk and Dove. You have, what other crap do they have out there? Teen Titans, which was at one point an incredible book. But most times than not, Teen Titans was a top-tier book.
Absolutely.
It was their X-Men for the most part. Yeah. And it's complete unreadable garbage. I don't know anyone who reads Teen Titans. All I know is that I don't know how they're still on top. I think there's still a general passing interest in it, and that, you know, we can't really go by what the top 10 is because as we know from working in the stores, a lot of times it's just the orders. Yeah. You know, people. You know, it takes a long time for retailers to really pick up after something that's huge, like number one. You know, and like doing so well with, like, you know, all the 52 books did well in the number ones, but it takes a while for them to really like scale back and say like, oh, you know what, these books are crap because people, you know, don't adjust their previews list or they don't adjust the pull list. So those books, you know, are floundering in the most part, but they're garbage.
That's also a thing that I feel like the majority. Excuse me, the majority of the comic book reading populace does not understand is the fact that just because, let's say, Batman Detective Comics is like number 3 or whatever. I'm just like, I know it's not an accurate number. It's number 3. That's because every dealer, let's say, ordered 100 issues. And you know what happens at the end of the month? Sure, they ordered 100 issues. Let's say each retailer ordered 100 issues. It becomes a top 10 book for that month, for the month of like September, right? They're going to be sitting, more often than not, they will be sitting on 70 copies of that issue, and they have to blow them out at some point, you know?
I guarantee you that's the case for Justice League. It's the case for a good chunk of the Bat books are out there. And
Superman books.
Absolutely. The Superman books no one's talking about.
Yeah.
But in a weird little, their big news this week was also, aside from Liefield leaving, was that Superman and Wonder Woman are going to be hooking up in next issue of Justice League, and they're going to be an item.
Okay.
They leaked that to USA Today, which is the...
I saw the picture of the kiss.
Yeah, I mean, that's what they're working with.
Doesn't do it for me at this point.
No, it doesn't do anything for me.
I would have rather had it during Clark's marriage to Lois.
Yeah, it would have been more interesting.
You know,
let's tighten this guy up.
Oh my God, let's, you know, like he succumbed to some kind of urge to just, you know, be with a superhuman.
My urges.
You know, whereas like, I don't know, like it just doesn't do it. It's like, it's just a stunt weird thing. And like, is DC a sinking ship at this point? Who knows? They're doing well.
From a creative standpoint, absolutely.
Yes.
I mean, Liefield is like one of their, like Morrison's leaving. They're basically going to be left with Jeff Johns and a bunch of mid-tier writers. And it's no, you know, flack to them. I mean, if you're a guy who is, you know, coming out of independent, or this is your first gig, or you were, you know, an apprentice to somebody, like there's a couple of them running around.
Yeah.
You're going to listen to an editorial at that point, and you're going to have to do what they say. Like Gail Simone dipped out of Firestorm because you got tired of, you know, the weird editorial changes. That book is doing nothing now.
Not a great book to begin with either.
No, I mean, like there's you know, all right, you want to take chances with certain characters. You do want to, like, you know, if Gail Simone is saying like, oh, you know what, I've always wanted to work on Firestorm. I've got a great Firestorm story. I want to pitch it to you. I don't think that's the case. I think they said, this is what this is what we want to do with Firestorm.
Yeah.
Write a story around it. Like, oh, all right.
But include this, and this.
Yeah, no, I think the editorial is the one saying like, we want 1,000 Firestorms and to revolve around this type of story. It doesn't, like, I know Gail Simone as a writer. She did amazing stuff with Birds of Prey and Secret Six. Most of her work has been really good. You're seeing a dip in that in Batgirl. This is her favorite character. And, you know, she's spent a good chunk of her time developing her as this wheelchair-bound, brilliant woman. Yeah. And now you're getting to a point where she's back to being a ditzy...
co-ed.
Yeah. And, like, is that what the fans want? Like, the fans... Honestly, if you listen to the fans on the internet, they're going crazy over... They want Batgirl to be spoiler. Yeah. At this point. Like, I'm not one of those people.
No, thanks.
But that's what they're hungry for. There's entire campaigns for this stuff. There is nothing that is happening in DC that I can hear that they're actually listening to the fans, which is you.
It's good and bad.
It's good and bad, but I think they're so far away. I think it's so corporate at this point that they have their own vision. I don't even know what they're leading up to at this point. Yeah, I don't think they even know what they're leading up to at this point.
Because they dropped the whole thing with like the 3 like demigod.
No, they're supposedly still building to that, but I don't know when. Yeah. You think it would hit around the issue 12.
Yeah, it seems like they just constantly keep dropping the ball. You know, say what you want about Rob Liefeld, but to me, he always struck me as a guy who played ball. You know, knows the rules.
Oh, hell yeah.
Say, like, basically, like, listen, like, you're pay for play. You know, like, whatever you do, we own it. You know, we're just going to tell you what to do. And he's a veteran. He can say, like, you know what, like, cool, no problem. I'm going to take care of this. I'm going to do this. This is my idea. Great. You know, and for that guy, the guy who always plays ball, to say, you know what, this is a little too much for me. I'm going back to my old stuff that I made 20 years ago. You know, that kind of says something about the company. You also have young guys, like you said, like these indie guys coming on to DC, guys like Ivan Brandon, who, you know, left under duress because they got like screwed over.
Who wants to deal with that shit?
Your veterans in DC get more leeway. Guys like your Azzarello, who can do no wrong. Even I think Straczynski at this point, you know, because like they give him a lot. And I feel like maybe he saved somebody's life at one point. Yeah. But they give him a lot. Morrison also has free reign. Jeff Johns has free reign.
But you could see that, like, if you read between the lines, you look at Morrison, you could see where he was like, you could tell where he's like, you know what? I don't want to do this anymore. Yeah. It happened like mid-Action Comics. By issue like 4 or 5, you're seeing like, all right, we need to not do this anymore. I need to start exploring my options.
Well, his take on it, I think, was the Superman Obama storyline. You know, where it was like that was
The
just
very
like
metatextual.
yeah, like the tongue in cheek, like you know, you can make Superman anything and people will buy it.
There's I keep on forgetting to talk about this because we never get a chance to. No one's like as much as we love the guilty pleasure of Watchmen. What's going on now?
It's horrible.
And I really like it. Like
Yeah.
it's everything that I would not.
I know.
I should not like. But no one's talking about the backup because it's really easily missable.
Yeah.
But there's something interesting going on there. I don't know if you picked up. No one has picked up on this. I think I'm the only one that picked this up. All right, so it's called the Crimson Corsair.
Right.
It's about you're trapped in this thing and it's all the dead and you're on this ship until you do all these tasks. You have to retrieve all this stuff and then you can maybe redeem yourself.
Yeah.
The symbol of the Crimson Corsair is it's two C's hitting each other like Chanel. It's DC.
Huh.
And you get branded with DC, and then you can go out and do your thing, but you're still working for this Crimson Corsair.
Very interesting.
I think it's very a metatextual thing on the Lean Wins take
Okay.
of this entire process,
Very
especially
interesting.
because the original Black Frigate storyline was a weird take on the comic book genre as a whole.
Right.
They're
Yeah.
talking about a creator who was influenced and not working with superheroes and kind of subverting the genre.
Right.
I think I can't say the whole picture until they're done with it.
Right.
And I get a chance to read this part of it yet, but it's so obviously DC.
Yeah.
This symbol is a backward C and a forward C. It's DC together.
We have your soul now. Now go work for us.
Yeah.
No, that's very interesting. Good
Something to
job.
think about. I'm gonna pitch it to Bleeding Cool so I can steal my story and run
Hey,
with it.
buddy. I agree with you on the Watchmen stuff because everyone that comes out, I'm like,
Yeah.
like that Doc Manhattan from this week.
Awesome.
You're right, dug it, man,
Awesome.
dug it. Really cool take on it. We'll get to
I love
Doc Manhattan.
the choose your own adventure stuff. I know. I'm just like, yeah, we'll get to it.
Yeah,
There was because I know we're not gonna talk about it at length. Did you read Wolverine this week?
I did not. I'm like 2 issues behind because I kind of want to like suck it in.
Can I spoil you for this one?
Yeah. You know what?
It's really shitty.
Okay.
It's like
I kind of knew that.
yeah. I mean, like it's Jeff Loeb and Simone Bianchi doing the return of Sabretooth, but it's not really about Sabretooth. It's more about the Romulus and Remus storyline. So like the redhead girl is Remus. She's the sister to Romulus, and basically she's got claws, of course, and she's got a healing factor, super strong healing factor.
Okay.
And they have a conversation, and they say she tells Wolverine, she's like, they both he realizes that the whole cat and wolf people thing is bullshit.
Okay.
So basically, Jeff Loeb is like, you know what? That was a dumb idea.
He's retconning himself.
He's retconning that. Now, the other thing is, Romulus puts himself into the Weapon X program. And he gives himself finally, the crate. You know how he's got those crazy claws he holds on to?
Stupid claws, yeah.
Now he's got the legitimate claws. And it only took about an hour for us to do this. But he reveals that it wasn't Wolverine who put the memory implants and Romulus that came up with Weapon X. It was Wolverine who came up with Weapon X and the memory implants. And that's how they ended. That's the cliffhanger.
What?
Yeah. So it's all Wolverine.
So he did it to
He's
himself.
the mastermind.
Okay.
But Wolverine remembers everything.
Right.
We just remember that.
Okay. Just the one thing.
Yeah, and Romulus just like, he pops his claws. He's like, you were the one who started Weapon X, bub, and just like attacks him, and that's it.
Wow.
Good stuff.
Not very cool, man.
Very good stuff.
It's weird.
And there's just a Sabretooth like fight thrown into it just for to remind you that Sabretooth's in the story.
For good measure.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, thank you.
So dumb.
No, thanks.
So Jeff Loeb doing good stuff. He's gonna be writing Nova next in a couple months.
Oh, awesome.
With Ed McGuinness, good old team.
Oh, that's so. I don't get it. I really don't get it.
I don't understand how we're going into the Guardians of the Galaxy stuff with Marvel. You have Bendis going on to the book, which I'm okay with.
Right.
But like Abnett and Lanning were doing it
for
years.
Yeah.
Like with no one reading it.
Nobody cares.
Nobody cared. And like, they built that team of like, Rocket Raccoon and Drax and all them. And that was like the great stuff. And like no one's talking about Abnett and Lanning. They're writing New Mutants now. And I'm just like, all right.
Cosmic Marvel was phenomenal 5 years ago.
So, and there was a lot of books.
Yeah.
They were doing their own mini events every few months, and they just they were just making enough to get by. They had a very strong cult following. I was buying everything.
Yeah.
You were buying everything. There was a very strong following, and that's the reason why people are interested in the Guardians of the Galaxy stuff at this point, because of what they put together. They're the first ones to really make a new modern version of the cosmic universe work.
And
it
cool.
didn't work. Yeah, it's super cool.
And it started with the Annihilation Wave.
Hell yeah.
You know, which was awesome.
Which is incredible storyline. You know, the Annihilus taking over and like creating a war, and you know, you had Thanos on the good side at a point.
Yeah.
There was a lot like it actually started with the Drax miniseries.
Yes,
which was amazing about Drax becoming the guy he is now, not the big dumb Hulk guy.
It's like he's like covered in tattoos, you know.
Yeah, he's Vin Diesel in Pitch Black.
Real good stuff. And no, you're absolutely right.
You know, Vin Diesel might play Vision in the new movie.
Really?
I'm actually behind that.
No way.
Yeah, I am totally behind Vin Diesel. But that's what you want. I told that to Bobby. He's like, you know, because he loves Vin Diesel. He's all about the Pitch Black movie.
Get out of here.
First of all, I'll defend that because Pitch Black and Chronicles of Riddick are awesome movies.
I've never seen Chronicles of Riddick.
Awesome.
Get out of here.
Good movie. Fast and Furious. Good movies. But like we were talking about, he's like, you know what? That could totally work against that guy. Cool. But that's the thing that it can work is because, you know, it's the same reason why Arnold Schwarzenegger works as a Terminator. He's a friggin' machine.
That's true.
The same thing. But they actually had a really good idea. They had a really good idea that a sculptor put up that he was trying to pitch the idea that Agent Coulson gets brought back as they put his memory into a robot in the next Iron Man and make him the Vision. And he sculpted like the Vision the way that we know with Agent Coulson's face, and it looks amazing.
Fantastic.
Isn't that a great idea?
Fantastic idea.
Because they want to bring him back.
Yeah.
They definitely want to bring that guy back.
Did you shed a tear when he died?
I thought it was such like coming from a sculptor, like creating his own storyline.
Yeah.
I think it's such an ingenious idea of making the Vision storyline without going into like the Ultron and everything like that.
And they haven't even introduced Pym yet.
No. I think it's such a brilliant idea.
It really is.
I would love for them to do that.
Yeah, it would be fantastic, man. And I want Pym. I want Pym at some point in the Avengers canon.
Yeah.
I really did not know Bobby loves Vin Diesel so much.
Oh man, like they just finished wrapping the new Riddick movie, and he's like, "That's the best news I've heard in a long time." It's like because it's a Conan storyline now.
Okay.
Like Chronicles of Riddick is about him becoming Conan, and it ends with like him becoming King Conan, and now this is the King Conan storyline.
Now Riddick takes place before Pitch Black, right?
No. After the fact.
I thought Riddick was before Pitch Black, and that was like the prequel to Pitch Black, or he just ends up with those people, and he's like, "I got crazy eyes."
No, it's like him versus like the Stargate Egyptians. It's really awesome. It's really awesome. I said that, and they made really good video games out of it too.
We should do a thing every week where you say watch this movie, and I say watch this movie. We'll do the switch. Because I'll go home and watch Chronicles of Riddick.
Did you ever see A Bridge Too Far?
No.
Yo, I just started watching it last night. Old movie. Richard Attenborough did it.
Yeah.
Jimmy Caan. Michael Caine. Anthony Hopkins. And like it's like an all-star. Like there's another like 6 incredible actors in this movie. Yeah. The guy who plays the German and everything that he's in it. It's awesome. It's about the Operation Market Garden, how much disaster it was.
Okay.
Awesome movie.
Yeah, you know what? I may have seen it a long time ago. It always reminds me of that joke from The Simpsons.
That's why I watched it.
Really?
Bridge too far, fatty.
Hey, buddy. I'm on a fridge too far.
I like fatso. I'm a fat guy. I like fatso.
Awesome.
Robert Redford, thank you.
Very cool.
Awesome. I've been watching so much war shit.
Yeah?
Yeah. I watched.
You ready? You gonna join up?
What? The
you
war?
gonna enlist?
No. If it was fighting the Nazis, I would fight them.
I think it's too late for us.
I think there's I watched what I watched. I watched Barry Lyndon for the first time.
Excellent movie.
Awesome
movie. You notice how Kubrick, when he directed it, he created all the major scenes, made it look like a painting.
And they're all based on legitimate paintings, and everything was natural candlelight also.
Yeah.
And he developed his own lens for it to develop the thing. I saw. You see Badlands?
I think so.
Oh, badass movie.
I think I've seen it.
Murderers. Yeah. I really wanted to sleep with Sissy Spacek in this movie.
Yeah, she, young Sissy Spacek.
She was like oddly attractive, and what's name's really great in the movie too. Martin Sheen. Incredible movie.
The president.
Good stuff.
I'll never not think of him as the president.
I never think of him as the president. I whenever I think of Martin Sheen, I think first of all I think that he had a stroke at some point. I always think what's his name? the other guy, Kurt Douglas.
Yeah,
I always think of him.
Yeah.
And then I think of the beginning of Apocalypse Now when he goes crazy and he smashes apart the hotel room.
Okay,
But I remembered from the documentary where he actually loses his mind and has a heart attack and cuts himself open from it.
There's a lot of actors who I'm like, it's the president. Like I see Bill Pullman, president.
Mr. President.
President. Black
Mr. President. Mr. President.
Black guy on 24 who does the the
insurance commercials.
President.
President. I don't think of any of these people as presidents.
President right there.
Morgan Freeman, not the president.
He's God.
Granddaughter sleeper.
I really thought there was somebody right outside that window right now. I gotta go. It's like Insidious.
We gotta make sure we have enough time for fan fiction today.
Okay.
In honor of Adam.
So let's talk
a little bit of comics.
Let's talk comic books.
There weren't that many books this week.
Doc Manhattan.
Awesome book.
Great book.
I actually still have it open. There's a good line in it. Number one, who did the art on this sucker?
Adam Hughes.
He really got better too.
He nailed it.
He got a little bit more versatile with his art. I really did not like this Jim Lee cover. I love the fact that the title of the book is "What's in the Box."
Yeah,
and all I can think of was 7.
Absolutely.
It's a great little story about. There's a lot of repetition of imagery what they've done in the book with the clockwork, but like the color blue. The Doc Manhattan's color blue. There's a great line in the beginning where they're burying the comedian, and he goes, "I watch as a box containing a mystery is lowered into soil. Of those attending, I am the only one who understands that all boxes are mysteries containing universes."
Mm-hmm.
It's a great, and it's leading up to basically this guy kind of manufacturing his own destiny.
Yeah,
and they're working with that cool idea when they first get the setting up the team ups.
Mm-hmm.
How his wife thought that he did something to the paper.
Yeah,
to have him hooked up with Silk Spectre.
Yeah,
but it was actually Rorschach, which is a really cool. I think it's a really cool add-on to the storyline.
Yeah.
Because that was never in the comic.
No,
in the original.
No. I really did like it. Like his explanation was like, how could you say that wasn't meant to be? I saw in the future it was meant to be.
Yeah, and in this possible reality, and they show like the different hookups, like him and Dr. Manhattan and Rorschach together.
It would never work out.
Yeah, and like I think they're leading up to the fact that he basically created himself because he eventually travels back to when he was first transformed.
Right. Yeah.
And he sees that that he never entered in like the box. I want to call it the nuclear closet.
Yeah, that's a good name for it.
Nuclear closet.
My
new band.
That was like the most interesting thing for me, where he was like, like I've traveled, like everything's linear for me, like everything's happening at the same time for me. Like in my brain, everything happens at the same time, and I have control over it. Let me see if I can go back into my consciousness as far as I can go before I became this blue dude, and like he goes back and he's like, wait a minute, like this ain't right. And the thing that really gets hammered home about Dr. Manhattan is the fact that he's a god who just wants to be a man.
Yeah.
He's a god.
He's incredibly, he's a great character. I wish they utilized Captain Atom the way that they do in this to some degree.
Yeah.
And when they try, they usually fall short. Because there's so much going on with him. I mean, he's really connected to almost all the Watchmen characters.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a great dialogue between him and Night Owl, like how Night Owl says, like, if I had your power, what would you do if you weren't doing this? Like, I just want to fix cars. There's something inherently beautiful about having the ability to just fix something that's broken, because that's what we all came here for, is to try and fix the system itself. And, he's listening to that, and then they have a scene with his father hearing that his son died, and he's like, no, you just have to get the, get the right pieces, and you're able to fix them, which is essentially how he comes back. The whole clockwork imagery with him is amazing.
Yeah, and it's really cool. They didn't do that in the original Watchmen, where like his father gave him the clock at 9, right?
Yeah, they never. That's right.
Which is his spaceship.
Yep.
And they kind of showed it like I really like the fact that like they show him on Mars.
Yeah.
And he's still looking at the picture because everything is happening at the same time for him. He can go back and forth and just like he's just a sad dude. He just thinks about like all the crap that went wrong in his life.
Yeah. I like also that the Cracker Jack prize is basically him. Like the little blue guy.
Yeah.
This is like a really tight, like all over the place book. And it really works with the narrative of Doc Manhattan, because he is, it's basically God. It's a godlike figure that's able to walk through the quantum physics of life. Laura Martin, great colors by Laura Martin.
And the thing about Dr. Manhattan is he could clearly fix everything, but he's too self-involved.
Yeah, that is a good point. He does spend a great. He's doing psychoanalysis of himself in his life.
Yeah, and it was like that in in the original Watchmen too. He was just like when actually Adam brought up a great scene when they cornered him on the TV show, and he could have seen that what was gonna happen when they were like, let's talk about you giving everybody cancer, buddy, and he was like, whoa.
Now everyone's got cancer.
Yeah, sorry. It's the human microwave.
So awesome. Really, this I think was one of the best books I read this week.
It was. Secret Avengers is really good too.
Rocking. The book is so nuts.
It is. It's Remender, man.
Remender is on the top of his game these days. Like between this, X-Force, he just left Venom. He'll be doing Uncanny Avengers with Cassidy. Great stuff. Basically, they made a nation of Masters of Evil.
Yeah.
Where it's like anyone can join up. You've got the evil LMD, Max Fury, running the show, trying to collect the Crown of Thorns, the Serpent Crown, and the Crown of Wolves.
Yeah.
And he's unified them, and it doesn't work on him.
He's a robot.
Great Taskmaster stuff.
Yeah, really cool Taskmaster.
Great Venom fight.
Yeah.
Got some cool Ant-Man stuff thrown in for good measure.
I feel like it's also hard to not write Taskmaster like Deadpool at this point.
Yeah, I mean the two of the characters are so linked together at this point. Too.
Yeah.
I like the fact that a lot of people don't know how to write Taskmaster because there was a good little miniseries that came out a little while ago that explained the way that his brain works.
Where he just keeps creating new identities.
Yeah, where he doesn't know if he's a good guy or a bad guy because he's absorbing all these, his abilities to copy people's abilities and like their fighting techniques, and he doesn't, there's only so much room in your brain, so he's constantly like starting over with his own personality.
Yeah,
they've never shown his face really.
No.
He's a great character. I really hope that. I don't know what they're gonna do with Secret Avengers after this is all wrapped up. I kind of hope that he would make his way onto the team.
Yeah,
but I don't know if it's gonna happen because he takes the Serpent Crown and he's a bad dude right now,
which is really cool, man. The way I also like Remender, I like how he writes Venom is that he has like Eddie Brock Venom and he kind of gives him like a little edge, but also the fact that he just shows up like venomed out and he's like, where is it?
Yeah,
and he's freaky looking. It's frightening. That's one of the points that that they hammer home is that like Venom. I never took Venom seriously.
Yeah,
the only time I really took Venom seriously was when, not even when McFarlane drew it, when Eric Larson drew him. He made with the goop coming out of his mouth.
Yeah.
When Gargan took the costume.
Yeah.
Because it was like
really
he was a bad guy, and he made it work. And now that Flash Thompson is kind of losing his mind a little bit, and it's starting to come out where you'll see him. He has the small Venom smile, and the symbiote's kind of taken over. And in this last couple of issues where he just shows up straight completely bananas. You know?
Well, it's also convinced the bad guys that he's actually that Venom, he's the evil Venom. They really did a lot of dark stuff in his own book, where they made him into he had problems with, he goes into his father being alcoholic.
It's a depressing book.
It's a really terribly depressing book. I didn't read this week's issue, but
I didn't read it. The last issue was a little sad too.
Very dark. It was the wrap of the Jack-o'-lantern fight. A good chunk of the Venom storyline has been his own personal failures.
Yeah,
and at the end of the day, he is a recovering alcoholic asshole who has no legs and who has PTSD.
Biggest chip on his shoulder.
Who has who's a black ops agent who has a evil alien symbiote that they're both obsessed with Spider-Man.
Yeah, yeah.
It's a fascinating character study of a character who was really. They never really knew what to do with after a while, after he became Spidey's friend. And now he's gone so far off from the Spider-Man universe where he has a beautiful supporting cast. He has, Betsy Brand and Jack-o'-lantern and all the weird render villains like Megatech and the Fly, Demon Fly and stuff like that. And they really did a wonderful job of elevating him to the point where he can function in a book like, Secret Avengers and have great chemistry with Valkyrie and Hawkeye.
Yeah, and there's that potential hookup right there too.
Yeah.
And they consider him a loose cannon, but at the same he is through his
everyone on the team's a loose cannon.
But through his internal monologue, where I think it was a few issues ago where he was I just lied to Captain America.
Yeah.
And he's like, Soldier, I know you can do this.
I can't do this.
It's just
I'm a disaster.
And also Ant-Man on the team of Secret Avengers is he's working for
bad guys. He's working for the father, the evil android lord.
Crazy book. Pick up Secret Avengers, man. The Remender run. Pick up Venom also.
Yeah, man. Like if I'm a Venom hater.
Yeah.
And like I think it's one of the best books in the stand. Anything by Remender within the Marvel umbrella, especially that Uncanny X-Force, is probably one of the best Marvel books.
Yeah.
By far.
Bar none, man. That last issue was tremendous.
All the future stuff.
The future stuff. They went into another future.
Yeah.
Right. It wasn't Age of Apocalypse future. It was like a different.
It was right. It was their regular. It was supposedly like the future where, basically Psylocke is the most powerful telepath in the world, and now she can predict crimes. So she sends out X-Force, which is like her Deadpool,
Cable, and Frank.
Yeah, Cable, Frank Castle, and they're murdering people before things happen, which is very much a TV show that's on television right now.
Yeah. And Minority Report.
But they justify themselves like, well, this is how we save the world.
Yeah.
And it was an incredibly dark storyline with like Psylocke killing herself. Phantom X is dead.
Yeah. He's coming back.
Dakin is, I don't know, like, because like he felt, I read an interview with Remender where he says that he really has been waiting to bring what's her face, the Phantom X, like what's his,
the ship,
Eva to be like the Grant Morrison version, where she's like now her own person, which is cool. But I want Phantom X because they've done so much cool shit with Phantom X at this point. It's a good book.
Love Phantom X.
I love Phantom X.
And also, I will say it again, and I've said it a ton of times before. Franken Castle.
Oh, and Franken Castle, yeah, that was some crazy shit. Yeah. Well, even my favorite thing, Franken Castle is one thing. Like I like Franken Castle. It's not my favorite thing in the like the whole scheme of things. My favorite was the when Remender was writing it, when he fought they brought back the Dirty Dozen.
Yes.
And with the hood and all that stuff. That was really terribly dark. That's when like it was, the Garth Ennis Punisher Max stuff was going on, and you had this like kind of side by side with it, and it just went from Franken Castle. Was Franken Castle first or this part first?
I think Franken Castle was first because like it led up to him being chopped up by Dakin. Yeah, I think they dug up his family first
because you're still fighting with Hood.
Yeah,
and they brought back like Basilisk and Human Fly and like all these like B-level guys that were killed by Scourge, and they were like ruthless.
Yeah.
It was really a great ruthless Punisher book. Awesome stuff, man. Remender, like, he never had my attention until he came over to Marvel. I was really thinking he was like a subpar writer, but
Fear Agent, man, it's good stuff.
It is, but you know what? I don't think it holds a candle to the stuff that he's playing with now.
Yeah, I think conceptually it does because like conceptually, like all the stuff he did in Fear Agent was like ridiculous because like all the weird time travel stuff and just like the Mars Attacks type villains that he throws in there, which he's doing this kind of same thing where like he'll just throw like shit into a bowl and mix it, and like stuff that's coming out of left field, like, and he has like all the subplots going on with Secret Avengers, which is a phenomenal book.
Yeah, there's a lot going on,
and the most straightforward book he's doing is Uncanny X-Men. I'm sorry, Uncanny X-Force, which is so good.
Yeah, and they've been really built, and he's a very good job of stacking storylines on top of each other and not forgetting about them and going back to them. He really knows how to close a thread. Like I thought he would have been off of X-Force a while ago, but he's really following it to the end until he gets on Uncanny Avengers, which I'm really looking forward to.
Also, my favorite Deadpool writer.
Oh yeah, you know what I was talking about the other day? Like he really does write an incredible Deadpool.
Yeah.
Daniel Way, I think, does an incredible job. I don't read the book anymore, but I'm burnt out on Deadpool.
Yeah.
But when he like first started writing him in Wolverine Origins, when they had that long like
fight,
the Roadrunner like Wile E. Coyote fight, was really that cemented that he's an incredible writer on it. Daniel Way is actually gonna come over and write X-Force after he's done. But he writes such a like conflicted, like messed up dude, like where he has those moments of like humanity. He's like, we're messed up. Like we're a team of murderers. You guys are like fighting over how bad of a murderer we are. Like we're all murderers.
Yeah.
And it shows. And he put some complexity to the character.
What also?
And not to make him a joke.
Yeah. He's not like a laugh off at all. He's a bad dude, and like he writes him extremely well.
And he has no healing factor anymore.
Right. Yeah. The thing that like it just popped into my head. Like speaking of writers, also is that who I feel like should really kick it up again. Greg Pak, man.
Yeah,
he got kind of shuffled off to the side a little bit.
He's writing something that I'm reading too that I'm not too. He's like all the stuff is kind of like middle of the road. What was it? I don't remember. There was
you go from organizing the entire Planet Hulk and World Hulk stuff, which was amazing.
Yeah, I think that story got kind of messed up by Marvel editorial because it didn't go the way that he wanted.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because he wanted to do more stuff on the planet. and they said no, we want to do World War Hulk on the against the Illuminati and all that stuff, and he moved that up faster. He had to move the Scar stuff up faster.
Yeah.
He had to end the Scar stuff faster than he implanted. He wanted him to be on that planet for a very long period of time, but
also, you know what else kind of screwed it up a little bit too? Secret Invasion.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Because like when he what was the throwaway? I think it was Black Bolt. I want to say Black Bolt. Like when he like destroys everybody, and you're like, holy crap, like he's taking everybody out, and then they're like, nope, Skrulls.
Yeah, that was an easy way to get out of that shit.
Yeah. What else this week? You didn't read Super Crooks this week, right?
No, I didn't get it.
Great ending.
Check it out.
Brilliant came out. It was also pretty good.
Which one?
Brilliant.
I didn't read that yet. I don't know what the fuck I was reading yesterday.
It's not bad.
I like Brilliant.
I read almost everything yesterday.
I read Fables. It's incredible.
Didn't read Fables. Iron Man. Fantastic.
Iron Man was awesome.
Yeah.
Scalp. The last issue of Scalp came out.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
I got it. I have the first trade at home.
That was one of my favorite endings to a story I've read in a long time.
Yeah.
I read Wolverine, Punisher. I didn't read yet.
Andrew, how much time we got? Punisher was good. We got 5 minutes? All right. Let's do it.
Ready to do this shit?
Yeah. Let's go.
So we haven't done fan fiction in a while. Since we've been talking about RoboCop a lot, I picked a RoboCop fan fiction for your reading pleasure.
Thank you.
This is Batman RoboCop in The Day the Men Found Love.
Your move, Chris.
I wish you both had the same script so you can actually do the RoboCop.
Can you shoot that to the chat room and then I'll click on it?
Just Google Batman RoboCop Fanfiction Friday.
Okay.
It's the first thing that'll come up.
All right.
I'll start it off.
What?
Bruce Wayne was paying a visit to Detroit City because a cousin of him was very sick. So Bruce Wayne went with his chauffeur there. I'm not reading that wrong, but was very cautious because he took his batsuit with him. Okay. He was cautious. His cousin was sick. This is not a cousin. When the chauffeur arrived with the limo, Bruce got out of his car and entered Cousin Oliver building.
I got it.
Got it?
Yeah.
It was a tall and dark place full of gargoyles and lightened torches all over the wall.
Lightened.
As Bruce went up the stairs, he noted the handrail was full of strange, white sticky goo. That better be fucking ejaculate.
Yeah, do the Batman voice.
Maybe it's hair gel. He thought. The stairs creak very much and looks like the place is going to fall apart. Bruce Wayne found Cousin Oliver room in the last floor of the building. The writing is phenomenal. But something was strange. Again, the door was open and stench was flowing out of the room. Bruce ran inside the fast he could with the heart throbbing in fear and something bad, and it was. That's the way my thought process works also. Cousin Oliver was naked, on the ground, with his ass filled with cheap trash, burning incense. So his ass is just stuffed with garbage and incense, burning. Bruce Wayne then went to the other side and saw Oliver's eyes, bulging and bleeding, and something strange scared on his forehead. So he's got something scarred on his forehead. That was a circle with a flower upside down. Damn those bastards. Damn those bastards killed Oliver. I must go with the cops. You're Batman, dude. You don't go with the cops.
Yeah.
You're out of town.
Hello.
Said Bruce, shooting a photo of the forehead mark and collecting an incense copy from the cousin's butt. He closed the door of the apartment and went to the police station. When Bruce arrived at the police station, he told the cops what happened, but they just didn't care. Corruption was prevailing on Detroit City, and no one gives a damn. All right, let me talk to the commissioner, said Bruce, the fat cop in front of him. He's judging immediately. You fat bastard.
All right, do this one?
Yeah, please.
I don't think so. The commissioner's dating a whore, and I don't want to disturb.
Answered the pig-faced cop with a cigarette on his mouth. Not his mouth. On his mouth. On his feet. Oh, yeah. All right, hold on. Oh, yeah, all right. Say him that Bruce Ben's here. Me speaking English. And Bruce started to walk away.
What? Bruce Wayne?
Commissioner Bruce. Go ahead.
Commissioner Bruce Wayne is here.
Shot the fat-ass pork. Good cop, bad cop, poor cop. The commissioner emerged with a whore by his side from his room. His eyes got big and he went to shake hands with Bruce. Go ahead, do that voice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mr. Bruce, what a pleasure. What brings you here?
Looks like you put to good use the money I donated last year. Your slut is very beautiful. She wasn't cheap, was she? Was she?
The commissioner adjusted his tie and swallowed a gobble.
Nope.
The same hair gel that's on the...
Mr. Wayne, I can explain.
Don't need. I just want to report a murder. My cousin got killed.
This part. What voice am I doing?
It's going.
It's like Macho Man.
Go
ahead.
Oh my God, Mr. Wayne.
Let's get to the hot
Who
shit.
could do that?
We gotta get to the hot shit. All right, so eventually, it's the next line. I'm going on to I don't know. This is why I need you to discover.
Okay.
I don't know. This is why I need you to discover.
Don't be afraid, Mr. Wayne. We have the best detective here on Precinct.
Back to them.
He's our most awesome cop in activity. RoboCop, come here.
The giant metallic bionic man emerged from an obscure room in the back. In the back of the building and started to walk into the Bruce's direction. The Bruce. The pumping metallic steps was very distinct, thought Bruce. Those are very distinct steps.
Okay, let's go. I want you to solve a mystery with me.
And them RoboCop followed Bruce Wayne. When they arrived with a taxi to the cousin's building, they're taking a taxi.
That's weird.
Take a chauffeur here. Or a chauffeur.
A chopper.
They entered it, going up the stairs to the room of the murdering spree scene. But as they went in, no more body. Cousin Oliver vanished. What are they gonna do? This is when they hear a scream out of the window. A woman is hanging outside of the building, grabbing a gargoyle, and almost falling on the ground. Bruce hears that, but RoboCop is there. How could Batman save the woman? Bruce then says,
RoboCop, use the phone and call the fire department.
I don't need phone. I have direct contact with them.
Now I'm fucked.
Bruce Wayne would never say that, man.
No, he thought it. That's the way Batman's brain thinks.
I want an issue of Batman with the thought balloon.
The woman screamed again, but this time she was falling. Bruce had no time to think. He simply picked his mask, put it on for him, RoboCop, and jumped for the window. This is his mask. He started to... Why isn't bothered putting on a mask at this point?
I have to be Batman when I do this.
He started to fall. Seeing the woman falling too, Batman nosedived very fast, reached her and held the girl with his strong arms in a quick movement, used the bat rope on a gargoyle, swing with the woman to the safety. And wow, that's a long sentence.
Yeah.
When did they start fucking? So, all right, so let's just... it happens in the next scene. Great.
Yeah.
The woman was in shock, so Batman took her to a room and knocked the door. As the resident opened the door, Batman raced to the top floor again without being seen. He entered the cousin's room and RoboCop was there.
You saw everything, RoboCop.
Yes. And when I come back to the precinct, they will extract my memories and analyze, discovering your identity.
Holy fuck, are you... Holy fuck, are you going to arrest me?
No. You are an agent doing vigilante work in a city where cops don't abide the law. I defend law, not the system.
There's a way to extract your memory before they know anything.
Yes, but it will involve your masculinity.
My what?
So frightening.
Go ahead.
Can we pick that up next week?
Yes. No, keep on going. We get the hot shit.
I need to fuck you, Batman. This way my memory's backup is ejected from my...
Roll it back.
This way my memory's backup is ejected from my butt, and we can delete what is important to preserve your identity.
All of these things revolve around robots in their butts. Bruce Wayne stood in awe, looking to RoboCop's face. He must give away his manhood to be Batman again. Really? Or face the consequences of life-saving deeds.
Why you memory backup expelled when you fuck?
This is a memory to preserve my intimacy. If I want to sleep with a whore or male escort, it's my right to delete my sexual encounters so no one acknowledges existence.
It's only whores or male escorts. It's not even like a boyfriend or girlfriend.
He's gotta get his rocks off, man.
Bruce put his own hand on his chin and thought a bit. That wasn't something Bruce would like to admit. Bruce have a reputation to preserve, even if he likes young lads.
Oh,
the bastard. But Batman suffered much abuse in his life. Losing his anal virginity will only will be only one more
Jeez.
faithful act towards the welfare of humanity. All right, RoboCop, you can fuck me, but let's go to a motel. I don't want to violate my cousin's private space.
There's a problem, Bruce. I'm not with my penis now. I can't fuck you.
It's so awful.
A little bit more. Bruce, why? What? Why not with it?
Now he's upset. He's upset that he doesn't have it.
I'm ready to fuck.
Instead of like saying like, all right, cool, man. I'm
Maybe I
leaving.
don't have to fuck this robot.
Thank God. Because today is a work day. I only attach my mechanical penis at weekends.
Impossible. They only liberate its use on Friday nights. They must return them on Monday morning.
I think that's you.
Shit. Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
I skipped the line. Bruce Wayne then put his Batman suit to repair mentally for that demanding task. He must now discover a way to make sex with RoboCop because it's Monday.
Makes sense.
Because it's Monday. If you wait till Friday, the cousin's killers will be untraceable. It was an evening and the streets were dark. The street lamps were all trashed. This is a perfect disguise to Batman RoboCop searching. All right, RoboCop, we must find something to attach in your crotch so you can fuck me. So let's search the garbage. Back to garbage, back to robots.
Oh man.
How bad of an area is Detroit where RoboCop is having sex with Batman?
I think this isn't God. No, it isn't Detroit.
This is
right?
Detroit City.
Yeah.
Not just Detroit, but Detroit City.
Detroit City.
Detroit Rock City. Batman and RoboCop entered a dark alley and started to look out in the trash for some phallic object that could be attached. Batman then said, "Look, RoboCop, it's a flashlight. You think you can use it?"
It's too small, Batman. I need an 8-inch good metallic part. This shit is made of plastic.
Batman them searched more, but no use. Batman them remembered his bat utilities belt. He reached for it and found a bat smoke grenade, cylindric. He did not spell that right. 8-inch and good titanium metal cover. RoboCop, I found it, but you must be very gentle. You can put off the grenade pin. RoboCop picked the grenade, attached in his crotch, and red lights got immediately red. Those red lights go red.
Red lights are red.
on the grenade's body. What's this, Robo?
It means I'm very excited. Your earth is very round, and I love leather-clad men.
Whoa, I never saw my ass. I guess the leather modeled him very good. But now, RoboCop, we need lube, and I don't need any, and I don't need it have any, and only boot grease. Again, Batman calling his ass him. Typo. Or does Batman really refer to his ass as separate? What's going on?
I think you're reading the.
Yeah, I think
you're reading the commentary on it.
Here, go ahead. It's on you.
Where is it?
We could use
my lubricant oil. It's a bit old. I need a change. There's no problem wasting it.
RoboCop then pushed. Oh, he really needs it. Then pushed a button on his left buttock, liberating a good dose of oil in his penis grenade. The grenade is very large, RoboCop. Don't go fast or rip my hemorrhoids.
Oh boy. Demand computed. I'm adjusting the pumping pressure. It's adjusted to level 3 from 10 possible levels of pressure.
Batman then cracked open an abandoned warehouse, a famous bums community. But today, the vagrants are partying at the beach, making orgies and drinking hot beer. Oh my God. Bum party at the beach. There's a dirty bed full of dandruff from pubic hair. The semen is still fresh and smelling very bad, all mixed with black red blood. Doesn't make any sense. Probably a hobo was fucking the unwashed, drug-filled, hemorrhagic ass of a tramp. That was the only usable bed. The others were all shredded, covered in vomit and worms.
Jesus Christ.
This is terrible.
All right, so we'll have to wrap this up next week. I'm just going to leave off with...
There's a lot left.
RoboCop, you stay under me. I'm not touching the AIDS-covered shit.
Oh, where is it? Computer bird. I don't need to move myself. My adapted penis is capable of independent movements.
RoboCop laid on bed, waiting for Batman ass to come and involve his machine-pumping ready member. Batman removed his glove, his pants, his cape, and his shirt. He was only dressed with his boots to not touch the bed. But his ass and his penis, that's okay.
That's cool.
His bat utility belt and his mask. His dick was very hard because this was the first time Batman would make love with a cyborg man.
Oh boy!
All right, so next week
that's it.
We'll continue with the other 10 chapters of the monolithic Batman RoboCop called "The Day the Men Found Love."
Oh boy, this is atrocious.
It always involves robots with
Garbage.
and
And
like
worms.
homeless people and worms.
Yeah.
I think it's just like it's honestly just like a little kid, just like his like in a Bible Belt community, and like there's the bums. They have the AIDS sex with the worms and the butts.
It could be that. It could be a guy who just like finds dirty Sibians like all
It's all
day.
covered in blood red shit.
Robots. All right, this has been a beautiful episode of Behind the Counter. I'm your host, Rich Stambolian.
I'm disgusted.
Your move, creep.